Well, hello everyone. Welcome to David Factorial's live stream. Is the David Factorial's live stream? Is it working? Is the David Factorial's live stream? Oh, I think it is. Is it working? How exciting. Is the David Factorial's live stream? I think I have figured out at least one solution to my audio video problem, which is to just have a Zoom window open here instead of a webcam going through OBS. And then OBS just picks up the webcam from the Zoom window, which also then means my face will be a part of the window manager. And I guess there will be a bit of tearing there when I resize the screen. But that will be a way to have the camera not be in the flow, or not to be in the flow of all of the things going on. So been very excited about this window manager. It's called Awesome. And it is a tiling window manager, kind of like DWM, but it's a little more full-featured. It's pretty sweet. So I have been, for the past few streams, configuring this thing, and I'm pretty happy with the way it's looking. Last time I got all the keyboard shortcuts kind of figured out, and right now, since the last stream, I messed around with the colors a little bit, so I've got kind of a sky and ground theme going on here, which I think will be nice for now. Made a little more border thickness and all of that. So I feel like I'm pretty good on the window manager. And actually, this is the best I've ever felt about my window manager. I feel like, honestly, like I've been using XFCE for my Linux window manager for a long time, and it's good and fine, but it's not as it's probably as customizable, but it's not as readily customizable, and I also just really like the idea of a giant Lua file as my config file, so that's cool. So I feel like I'm really going to be able to grok this window manager heavily, which is nice. So I'm very excited to move on to the to making something else, like that is to say, to start working on my dev tools instead of just my operating system tools. So hopefully it's not too jarring to have me jumping around sometimes. Let's go like this. Perhaps at some point I will kind of rework the way that the windows flow around, but whatever works here. We've got kind of 4 different windows here. I guess that'll work. This could be chat, I guess, but I guess we'll see. Or no, because I need browser, my to-do items, calling it the call stack, my terminal, and then the window. I wish I could, turn off the Zoom interface a little more readily, but we'll see, I guess. This will work well for now. So, part of the reason that I wanted to do this stream is because I am very excited to be participating in the first of Malcolm Ocean's barn raising experiences. Let's see here. We've got a cascade of tweets here. We are announcing the first virtual barn raising in an attempt to help a business get off the ground. So I'm very excited to be working with Prygoose and Drew Face, 2 people who are in and around Berlin, it seems, and they're building a booking platform of some kind. So I've been given secret insider access to the API docs, and I'm excited to participate in this all-day event. We're going to be basically doing whatever we can to kind of get this business turbocharged, and so it's looking like they were interested in having me do a live stream of working on something that will integrate with their API. I'm really excited about services like this that are like, will take a slice out of your backend and handle it for you. Aligns very nicely with the Jamstack idea, the JavaScript APIs and markup stack that's been going around. You kind of stick a React or a VueJS front end on serverless functions that connect to an API, and then you kind of don't even need a server in a way. But you could also then bolt this onto like a Django backend or something. It appears this is written in Django itself, so it's cool. My preferred dev stack is Django and VueJS. And this is very nice. This will synergize quite nicely with my 100 Tools project, where I'm attempting to build 100 programming web-based or something like that tools with 100 collaborators. So I have some progress on the first tool, which is a tool to train artistic intuition, doing this with Luli. And we're building that as sort of a little game that trains your eye to recognize angles of differing degrees. And that is coming along. I had a stream with Luli the other day, and we kind of got the basics of that, and she developed some. It wasn't even going to be a game at first, and then it kind of turned into one. It was like, well, we'll do like a like rounds or something where you can like see or how to describe. It's like it presents you with an angle, and it says, please fill in what degree this angle is, like a line. And so she kind of made some levels of sorts of like more and more difficult ones, like 90 degrees, 180 degrees, and then there's a 43 degree angle. The idea being that eventually you'd be able to distinguish between a 43 degrees angle and a 44 degree angle. So we'll see how it works. I'm excited to see how that one goes. And that stream was exciting and fun, but I feel like it was a little unorganized on my part. So part of the reason I've been wanting to do these tool development streams or tool sharpening streams is to kind of get my stuff a little smoother. I had a stream recently where I had someone on and I didn't record their audio the whole time, and so like so I think I figured that problem out. I think I know why that's going on now, and I also know how to check to make sure that that's going to work in OBS. I have to record the desktop audio instead of just the microphone, I guess. I thought that was working, but I guess it wasn't. Because I could hear them in my headphones, but I couldn't. But OBS wasn't picking them up. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Basically, I'm kind of thinking like Ludum Dare is also coming up. Make a game in a weekend contest that I am wanting to do. This is in about a week. Pretty pumped about this. I have not done a Ludum Dare in quite a while. And the idea here is that you spend 48 hours making a video game in whatever you want to from scratch. And so I'm kind of wondering if I can make a game that will somehow fit into all of this. I'd like to make a website that will kind of host all these projects. I've been lately involved in this part of Twitter, which seems to be full of self-directed, high-powered individual professional type people who are writing, philosophizing, making art, and all this good stuff. And it seems like, or somebody said recently, of like basically table stakes for joining the conversation and the party is you need a website that shows what you're able to do. And so I realized I don't have one, and I kind of feel like I want one before I do anything else, so that I can point people to things. So I've had people ask for my GitHub. I've had people ask for my website. So let's do it. So over here in the call stack, I'd like to kind of go through and figure out what I'm going to do next. So last time I did some stuff with configuring the window manager. It would be nice to have 12-hour time, but I don't think I care enough right now. That'll be a nice like one-off task, I think. I'll just move that down into my later pile. I'm feeling tired and want to do something. Let's see here. Choose a wallpaper. I'm also not super concerned about that right now. The default wallpaper is kind of neat, but it's not exactly what I'm wanting to have forever, but it's fine. Dog files and version control. That's fine as well. I have backups at least. Color schemes. Oh yeah, I had this idea of like it would be cool if the color scheme could kind of be like the ground and then like the sky at different times of day. But that is also definitely a for later project. So it's basically just put these into version control, and I'm kind of gonna just like stick this because that will include some other things other than the window manager. So let's do it. Let's just do an initial configuration. And we'll mark that off. Sweet. So I guess I could also have like a done pile. I'm sort of mocking up the to-do list app that I want to somehow make someday, maybe. Here where there's like, I mean, this is basically just using Dynalist like it's workflowy, where you've got a infinitely nesting, subdividing bulleted list. And of all the tools I have ever used to manage my tasks, this one seems to work the best. Or this style of like, I need lots of bulleted indentations, but I feel like there could be a lot done with this concept. So, but we'll see how that goes. So the stream setup. This is not the most organized bullet item. Streaming widget. That's probably not gonna be. That's kind of a separate project. Let's call this initial stream setup. These are definitely not initial. This is also not setup guest for the stream. That I think is kind of done though. Setup for guests in the stream, have the webcam above chat. So this will work. If I have two people on, it'll just be like two of them in the Zoom meeting, and that'll work well unless I'm sharing my screen somehow, which will just be messy, but I guess I'll just like the thing that happened last time is that Zoom was flickering inexplicably, and I couldn't tell. I think it was just on my screen, but it was going to be in the video, I think, because OBS was recording Zoom, and that was almost unwatchable. I sort of powered through it because I didn't think my guest could see it, and that door just opened slightly. The wind is winding. But yeah, it was like that's not gonna work. But it's not doing that now, so I don't know if I fixed that or unchecked a setting or something. It was like if you enable blur on something, it may be flickering. So with any luck, it may also have just been updated recently. Let's actually see. Is there any packages? Chromium. Don't see anything in there that is related to Zoom, so let's just not do that right now. So I think that actually does work. That works well enough. Pipewire, that's something else as well. There's a tool for doing Linux audio called Pipewire that looked cool. Set up a keystroke log as well. That's something that could be done later, if at all. All right, so I think we'll call this done as well for now. Set up backups. That's important. Let's do it right now, I guess. rsync. Currently, I'm just doing this. I am revisiting the. I'm revisiting the command by using the command history, which is itself backed up in the process of backing up the files. So I have a Raspberry Pi on my local network that I push my files to, which is good. Is better than I've had. I have played fast and loose with backups for a long time. Probably not the greatest idea, but so configure NeoVim is on my list. Yeah, that I may want to do. Global log system. That's something else. Able to easily record the screen and convert it to a GIF and post it on Twitter is a good idea as well, but also not terribly important right now. I can record screenshots with a tool called Flame Shot, which is pretty sweet. Lets me just kind of go like, I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm not sure what layer of drawing that's on, but lets you select a region of the screen and save it as an image. Set up a recording. Oh yeah, I've found it very interesting to be able to type like journal entries and ideas in bed at night. I've got this setup where it can hold my laptop so that I can see it while laying down, and then I have an external keyboard that I can like type things in. That was really nice, but I've set up my laptop to be my streaming computer now, and it has all of its ports are currently full of peripherals, which make it very annoying to do and undo every night. So I may do something else with that. I have another old laptop that might be used because I just need it for a browser or a terminal, really. Oh yeah, actually, could use the Windows laptop connected to the SSH to the Linux laptop. That would work. I have a very janky desk right now as well. Let's see here. Oh, it's so nice. I got the multi-monitor setup working as well, which I am very pleased with. So now I have two sets of windows, which helps a lot when streaming. So this is kind of the idea. I want to prepare for a lot of these things coming up. I guess maybe I should say like events coming up. I've got Ludum Dare. I've got the barn raising. I've got the angle trainer with Luli. I've got I have a freelance client right now. Freelance client that I'm working on as a paid gig. And is that everything that's currently in my dev radar? I think there's a few other things that may be relatively... let me look at my calendar on the screen to the side here. Yes, it's me, Google. You know it's me. Password. It's the same me, though. All right. My social calendar has filled up greatly recently, which I'm pretty excited about. Got that. We've got that. Got that. Got a few intellect salons to attend, which is pretty cool. Oh yes, I'm making I'm doing a Tashin's Clojure challenge. I've been challenged to do the first project Euler problem in Clojure by Tashin, our resident meta expert in this corner of Twitter. Or this part of Twitter, we're now calling it, I think, because this corner of Twitter is used for something else. Yeah, that acronym is used something else, apparently. So I will call it Teapot, or this part of Twitter, as is relevant. So so that's good and fine. So we've got Ludum Dare. I need to figure out what I want to do here. This is a... Oh yeah, I should probably like... These are the themes. Okay, before... Oh man, I've got so many things to do. I love it. This is why I have a call stack, because I want to do all this stuff, and I can do all this stuff, but I have to like keep track of it all, or it's not going to be done. So, all the later stuff and all the done stuff. This is the great part about this outliner tool. All of these things, I don't have to think about them right now. Events coming up, that is relevant, I suppose. This project is on hold until I get designs from the designer. So don't need to think about that right now. The closure challenge scheduled for October 4th. So I also don't have to think about that either. The angle trainer I would like to work on sooner than later. It's been like a week or two since we first had or since we had our last work session on this. So that's kind of sitting on my pile. However, I feel like what I'm doing right now is directly relevant to working on this project because this is basically just a VueJS app, and I would like to get my full stack set up so that I can finish that basically. And there's a part of the Angle Trainer app that I am excited about technically, which is a canvas driven by view components that don't directly build HTML elements. It just like draws to a canvas. I thought that was a really cool idea. You can basically do a declarative HTML-ish looking scene graph of sorts with your with it in like a template or something, and you can use Vue.js to drive a canvas if you write all of the wrappers for all the standard canvas things. So by the end of this, I may have a game engine going of my own creation. So part of the goal of building 100 tools with 100 people is to extract a framework for building tools from it that I might actually be okay with using. Because none of the engines are quite what I'm looking for. I encountered that with game dev a lot as well. I really wanted to use like the low level stuff. Like Love 2D is a nice low level game engine if you're wanting to make a local game or a non-online game, I guess, or non-browser game. All that to say, let us first close tabs. This, I was looking through the awesome WM API docs. There's a lot you can do with this thing. You can really customize the operating system pretty extensively, which is pretty sweet. So, but I think I'm happy with the way it is right now. Maybe that'll be a project at some point to enhance more, but I've got that in my later column, so that's nice. Some of these, I could probably find these fairly easily. This was pretty cool. It was like a awesome window manager widgets. Let's just bookmark these. Something that I discovered when I was working on my productivity, as you do, is that I have a tendency to have tons and tons of browser tabs open. And it really kind of, oh yeah, this was sweet. This person had made this incredibly cool looking whatever you call this, awesome window manager config. Like, that's so cool looking. Really like the colors and the font. And it looks like they have like a custom left sidebar, but it's like, you know, I just got distracted from whatever I was about to say by this tab that was open. Let's see. So yeah. Was looking into like how the Lua system works. It's probably fine for now. I was also considering building my own video chat system, which is probably overkill right now, especially since Zoom works well enough. But we'll see here. Well, hello, StigZZZZ. Welcome to the stream. We're using the awesome window manager. I highly enjoy this window manager. It's pretty cool. Awesome WM. It is a tiling window manager that is scriptable using Lua. So, and I have just finished up my setup pretty well, I think. So, okay, I think that's good. So I'm gonna start. Oh, that did work nicely. Okay. I am gonna get to starting the projects here. So I have a there's a project that I have been thinking about making called the Recursive Garden, which is like a portfolio site that sort of collects all of my projects, but it would also be sort of like a project management tool and a CMS that would kind of collect my data and like bookmarks and favorites and messages from people and like be potentially eventually hopefully a platform for collaborating with people, because a problem I keep running into is like I want to work on a project with somebody and it's like very like there's not a good way to do it. It's like we could set up a Google Doc or like a shared Rome research graph or something, but it's you got to worry about accounts and like permissions and all this stuff. And it's like I don't need it to be that complicated. And I kind of just want a single website that I sort of manage and craft over maybe several years at this point. But this will be a long-term project. But I've had this concept of like this concept of a card as the central data model. Oh, do I still have this? It's still running. Where is that? Oh, it's still running. Okay, well, I guess I'm already in here. Yeah, there it is. This idea of a card as just a generic data holder. And I keep iterating on the design of this object over and over and over again. But it seems like I keep getting, let's see. I've been working on this design for like a year at this point of some sort of system for keeping track of all of my data because I have so much data in so many different places and I am now looking to start projects in so many different places and I want it to all go into one single location. I think that may be kind of the most important aspect of this, and so maybe this is the Recursive Garden app, basically. So I would like to create a single data holder model object which can store many different types of data. Let's see. Yeah, this is kind of this is not the design I want currently. This I don't need for now either. Well, how do I get back? I go like that. Yes. There we go. And so, make this a little smaller. There we go. Perfect. This repo has gotten very messy in the meantime, having gone through many iterations. So I have a Scratch file that has all of my previous ideas about this. But it seems like I keep coming back to this idea that there is a central data model called the card, and the card has some relation in space to like where it's stored. This is not necessarily relevant yet. We'll deal with that in a second. But it has a timestamp of when you make it. It has a component of it has a name that can be set or not. It has a text field that can have arbitrary textual data. It has potentially a file attachment. And it has an arbitrary JSON field, which is like, so this is basically a very highly annotated document in a NoSQL data store, like MongoDB or CouchDB or something like that. And so in that sense, and then there's like all kinds of other stuff that could be on here. I'm kind of continually thrashing a little bit on this design, but it also seems like their cards are owned by different users potentially, or like, though that's also something that doesn't need to be done quite yet. There seems to be like a source, like a URL where this piece of data came from, if applicable. And there's like a, did I have like the slug or something? Sort of like the CSS class for this. I guess that'll work. A slug on this. This is also blank, potentially. And so it's almost like I'm building a meta database, kind of. And cards then are contained in something, like say a deck is what I've called them, but I don't think I actually want that abstraction. I want location. Is it, I wonder if I could use this as a, let's get rid of these for now. I wonder if I could use this as a game engine where like you've got different rooms or locations or something where these cards are contained in, sort of like a two-dimensional drag and drop interface almost of some sort. Cards go in and you can like zoom around and pan the view or something. So potentially like a 2D tile map basically, but instead of like a game engine where you've got monsters and players and stuff, it would be like a 2D tile map of your data of any kind, of any sort. And so a card then would have like a card is in a location, and what was the where's my notes? Oh yeah, just a second. Let's see here. There was this idea of a location where the cards are in. Would be kind of like this. A card is located in a location. A card could also be thought of as an entity in like an entity component system architecture. It's kind of combining ideas from game development and web development over a long period of time. A location has a name, and then you can like search for things by location. This would also have like a slug. A location being like a page of sorts, a room. Then there would be like events or actions or something, which is like things you can do to change the cards. And then like each location could be a sort of interact, like a little simulation of some sort. Like maybe each location is a web app, so that like I'm building this tool for training the eye to recognize angles, and there could be like a location that talks about that app. The app is embedded inside of that location, and it sort of there's like a meta discussion around the app in that location as well, or something like that. Which then also makes me wonder if a card is a location instead of just being inside of a location. Which, yeah, I have wondered that too. Can I make this fully recursive? Like a card is a location and is a action and is a... Maybe a card isn't an action. Like, I'm trying to figure out what the primitives are for this system that I've got here. I think another primitive is a user or entity. Another is like event, basically. User, event, and a card is sort of like thing or object. And in a way, an object is a place, so it could just be that. Yeah, I keep wondering about that. Maybe doing this on stream will help clarify some of these ideas for me. So users are just like your standard Django users, but events are something else, and I don't want to mess with events yet. So that will complicate things. So if a card is a location, a card is a store of data, a card is an object within a location as well. So you've got like, oh right, instead of that, it is, because something that I'm trying to figure out, can you have a card in more than one location at a time? Something like Dynalist over here, you can't have a card in more than one place, though you can reference cards in different places. So I think that may take care of that idea. This was getting really complicated because I was trying to have like multi-dimensional placements or something. All I have to say is where... All I have to say is what is the parent of this card? The containing card, or just the parent, the child, self. It doesn't have to be in one, and set null if it's deleted. A card is an object within a location. A card is itself a location that has a name and a slug for the URL, or for the title and the URL respectively. Then you've got that, and that. Yes, okay. And slug is then also already there. Name is already there then as well. Yes. So that may be all I need right here. Do I have random? I don't need some of these things. Oops. Oh yeah, I had score kind of as well. I don't know if that's something that is inherent or if that's something that would go in the data thing. But I want some way to be able to like search by interestingness somehow. And that kind of seems like sort of something here. So that'll work well. Okay. Models, some time zone, user, users. Not gonna have the concept of users yet. Or sites. That may be at some point. Okay, this file got a lot simpler. That's good. So, cards, forms. These are not really necessary. Importers. Yeah, I had a bunch of stuff right here. All I really need are the views and the models to make something. So once here, let's go in here and we'll say create a data holder model. Then we'll need to make views for the different things you can do with cards. So let's design that. Views for cards. You could say, you could get a card. by its slug, I guess, which would fetch the card with slug. You can get if you get slash, this is like search cards using query string. So this is sort of the list view. List view. This is sort of the detail view. This is the if you post to slash, this is create view. This is make a new card from post data and add it to the top level unnested set of cards. If you post to slug, this will update card, I guess. Yeah, make an update to the card with slug. And that's fine for now, I guess. That'll be like if you move it around or something. Then I guess you could do put and delete as well if you wanted to. But I'm not sure what those would be needed for. But then the other question that I have is, what is the interface going to look like for this? And I think what I want it to be is a VueJS system, or a yeah, I want it to be dynamic. I have worried that that means it will not be good for SEO, but I think that is a concern that I don't really need to worry about yet, because I can always do things that will make that easier. I've been trying to design this app for a long time, and I get caught up in the details. And I think I need to just kind of go for this basic version first. So we've got this. We have the data model. We have the card, which is a location, data store, and what did we say? And they're basically location, parent, and child, and the data store, structured and non-structured. So I think these are like API views. So it could be this is an API / cards, which would allow me to do other things, like have the base one serve the index.html or something like that. Views for cards. Then get / would be like the load the root VueJS app and do routing through it. Then you could do get like login, get yeah, at some point, but I don't really need that yet, so let's not even think about it. Okay, this is actually coming together. Wonderful how this works when I get on the stream and start talking about it out loud. Do I want to use Django REST framework for this? Because I could. Kind of wondered if I could just like do it without that whole setup, but it's probably useful. URLs, we're getting a little messy here. Oh yeah, I had this view set thing that was causing me confusion. I never really learned Django REST framework very well, and I don't know why it feels weird to me somehow. It's like I don't want to use it. I want something that's more imperative for some reason. Like instead of making serializers, I just want to make function-based views that will do exactly what I want them to do. And so maybe I'll do, yeah, I think I sort of did that here. Right, yeah, I did. Yeah. I've started just like, instead of deleting code, putting it into the Scratch file so that it's not just all over the place, but that it's still accessible. So since this is kind of experimental software, I'm not entirely sure what I'm making here, so. But I think I could probably build these views as well. So like Django comes with a built-in JSON response without Django REST framework. And so that could still be used. Let's start with card. Let's start with the like base view or something, the index view. This just render to response index.html. I think that'll work. So then I'll go into my urls.config. Yeah, some of this I'm also going to take out. I'm not going to use REST framework for now. The admin, login stuff is fine. All of these are fine, I guess. Debug toolbar is also fine. Oh yeah, I think that'll work. If I serve the VueJS index page through Django, that will work fine. So then I have API include. Yes, not that either. So for the basic root thing, this is my index view. Views.index, which is card index. Okay, and then we'll say /API cards with nothing after it is the card list view, which is a thing where I get all the cards and then I just return all of them, I guess, kind of. For now, let's just say return a JSON response that is a list of, oh, this could be one of those list comprehensions. Card for card in cards. Let's see how could this work. Oh yeah, that's neat. That's very neat. So then I'll say card.id goes in here. Yeah, I sort of did this before. Timestamp, source name. So cards, models, what all are the fields? Pretty much all of these, I guess. Author's not here yet. Timestamp. Cards have a timestamp. They also have a name. Apparently not. Yeah, there we go. Slug. I don't know that I really want there to be an ID that's the database ID, although maybe that doesn't matter too much. Could have it be a UUID, I guess. But that also can probably be dealt with later if I felt like it. That's that. That's very good. Okay. So you've got the card's ID, the name, the slug, the timestamp, the text, the attachment that may not be done at the beginning. We'll see, I guess. The source, and then the data is just the JSON data. I get that might work like that right there. We'll see, I guess. The score of the card, if it's got one. Then you've got card's parent. And in this case, I kind of want it to be you only return the card's parent ID rather than the full data of the parent, so that it'll just pull cards as it needs them on the fly, which may be slow at first. We'll optimize it later. Because I could also see it pulling cards in. Well, this is the card list, so these are all the top level cards in a way. Yeah, actually, that should be what it is. Filter by parent equals none. That'll give all cards, filter all cards without a parent, or all top level cards, I guess you could say. Which is basically the search page. There's just gonna, yeah. Eventually, this will be the search page. So that kind of does it. Yeah, for carding cards, all that. That's a lot simpler than installing all of Django REST Framework, I must say. I've tried to do this so many times. Yeah, let's just move this out of the way for a bit here. Card detail view is more or less the same thing. Yeah, let's just move all of this to my Scratch file. Lovely. So yeah, what is the card detail view? It has a slug coming in, and so I get the card objects.get where the slug equals the slug. We'll worry about the wait a minute, this is kind of like a model method. There's like a serialize method here, which is basically card does serialize for card in cards. And this probably will not be the ideal way to do it, but it is not the worst idea, perhaps. Just return that. And it's probably kind of already built in, but I want to modify this eventually, probably quite readily, so that's fine. I want to try to get into the habit of not worrying too much about making it perfect at the very beginning. Especially for the sake of performance only, because I have this. I want to work it all first. So you've got this. Make a JSON response, which is serialize each card in this thing. Then you have a single card. Return a JSON response, which is just card.serialize by itself. But in this case, I sort of want all the children of this card as well. Is that thing card JSON serialize the card and then say card to JSON sub children. This is going to depend on how I do it on the front end, though, quite extensively. So let's just not worry about this yet. Not worry about it yet. This is the card detail view. It just returns the single card. This is the list view. It returns all the cards with a certain attribute and then just gives you the cards. So fine and good enough. I would like to get this working at all because I have broken the build. As you can see, my git gutter is showing all sorts of updates and stuff to this. Oh, and let's see, in order to fully serialize this, I'm going to need to do the X and Y coordinates as well. Card.x, card.y. Source data score, parent ID, and all this stuff. And then if you get the parent ID, that will allow you to fetch the card by ID. I guess it should probably just be by ID. Yes, cool. So there we go. Now, if you post though, if we're doing a post, then we're creating a card. Otherwise, we're getting a card. Oh man, I haven't done function views in a long time. I've been mostly using the class-based views in Django, but I want full control this time. So this would then be given the request dot post. I basically need a form in that case. Right, so let's punt on that for now and then just print it out, I guess. That'll be a good start there. If you post to the card detail view, it also just does that. So we got card list, and then we've got card, basically this right here. Yes, cards int pk. It calls it pk, yeah. Views dot card detail. Card detail, yeah. Okay, there's that. Now, will it run? Will it run? It seems to be running, or it seems to be possibly running. Firefox, localhost 8000, please. Rendered response is not defined. Of course it's not. What is the best way for this to go? I feel like yeah, we'll see. Okay, so shortcuts. Oh, it's just called render now. Right, I forgot. What's this? No, not that way. That will allow me to switch back and forth there. That could work. Okay. So, template doesn't exist, of course it doesn't. There we go. Why is that the... Oh, yeah, okay. Still kind of getting the hang of this window manager. What did it say? Index, right. So my templates. What do I currently have? I am still using Bootstrap. Why, though? I couldn't make up my mind if I wanted to use Bootstrap or Tailwind for this project for the longest time, and now I think I finally do just want to use Tailwind, which looks like I've got right there, so that's good. Right, because I didn't have the Tailwind stuff set up right. But that stuff is now working and set up in the 100 Tools project, which I will probably pull into this repo, or maybe I'll copy it in to the, it's in my static folder. Where would I put this? This is the front end stuff. You could put it in client, the front end, front end. So in the front end, I've got a couple of things here, and then ideally it will, I need to make Django and Vue talk to each other somehow. So ideally with a live reload. So I need to make it so that the Vue, the VueJS dev tools can auto reload the page in Django that I've got. And I think, at least for now, I'm just going to have Vue do all of the template handling. That'll be easiest. I guess I will get rid of everything that isn't particularly relevant. What else in my package JSON here? We got Vite for compilation, which is an excellent compilation system. Package. Do this a lot, I feel like. Okay, this isn't set up though to use the things that I would like it to use, which are the forms and prose, specifically the forms stuff. Oh, but no, I don't need to do that. I don't need to do some of this stuff. Right, I don't need to deal with Django form stuff, which is the most important thing that I was trying to figure out here. For the longest time, I didn't know what to do regarding the form handling, because Django does forms, and I wanted a dynamic setup here. I think it's just going to be Vue does all of that, and then I'll just build the forms in Vue, and that'll be great. Because I am going to have a very specific form that will probably be dynamically generated. I suppose I'm sort of building a meta framework of sorts. I want a personal private AWS for myself that I will maintain over the course of my life, basically. That will like manage every project I do from now on. And since I want to do a lot of different projects, that will be particularly useful. Can you post a link? Sure. What kind of link do you have? Thank you for joining me. You are the first person who has said anything in my chat. Welcome to the stream. I've done streaming like this in the past, but not in a while. Ah, very cool. Thank you. We've got a. Uh-oh, where'd it go? There it is. Do anything of this? Yes. How do we do this? Yeah, let's see. What do we got? Okay, so yeah, this is this the method where you use Vue inside of the templates? That is one way. I've done this before, and I don't want to do that here because I have this thing where it's like I just keep wanting Vue to do more. Yeah, hello, Willard. We are basically getting to the point where that's what it's going to be. Django is headless CMS pretty much. Standalone app, and then oh yeah, there's this Webpack loader for Django. I don't want to use Webpack for this, or maybe does Vite use Webpack under the hood? It probably does. Did it bring in Webpack, or maybe no, maybe not. I can never keep up with these front end compilation tools, but Webpack loader, yeah, something like yeah, you just make a template in the root, a single template that Django serves. It's the index. That was kind of my index view, I think. This is your Webpack config. What if Django serves the index.html file? I believe that it can. You don't have to deal with like cores and stuff like that. You don't have to deal with. You can like use normal cookie authentication, which is nice. I don't really want to roll my own like token auth if I don't have to. I guess there are apps for that. Yeah, I think I'm kind of going in this direction with the version of using a standalone app. So, and as such, I basically want, where is it? The index. This is basically a Django template. I have done the Nginx setup as well. We'll see where this heads. I'm kind of winging it here in a way, so at this point, as soon as I get a component on the screen, that will be nice, and we can go from there. Because yeah, I'm not sure entirely where this will head, but I have used the Nginx thing, set up a proxy thingy. Yeah, let's see. I may end up going the route of the multiple servers. If you do that, then you can have the Vue front end served from a different server than the Django backend, which could be nice. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to host this yet. We'll see, I guess. Because I had it set up at one point, I think, in my long ago experimentation, where I basically had in my templates folder, I just had the base file, or base.html, and that was sort of generated by the Vue frontend, and like that template was generated by Vue and then read into Django. Use traffic to map them to the same URL. Ah, okay, so use Docker. I have wondered if Docker would be useful to learn. I have not done a ton with Docker in terms of setting it up. But yes, hello, W. Lard. Willard. Welcome to the stream. You are the second person who has said anything to me in my streaming career, so thank you for joining me. It's good to have some company here. Are you all developers? It looks like as well. I'm excited that Twitch is embracing non-game playing only streams. I used Twitch several years ago when it was kind of like you aren't really supposed to do something that isn't a game, and they seem to have relaxed that a little bit. So that's pretty cool. I saw some people just doing open source development on here, which was pretty sweet. containerizing it. I let's put that on the list. Wait a minute. How do I do this again? The tiling window manager. If I go like this. No. Yes. Well, hello. Wow. And now I want that to go here. Yeah, like this. And then I'll go over here. Perfect, I guess. Now I can, especially if this is mobile friendly, I could just have a mobile ish looking thing here. And then my to-do list over here. But yes, as we were saying, I guess if I could do this here. Yeah, there we go. This would allow me to kind of switch back and forth here, which would kind of work well. But yeah, let's consider. Part of the reason I've got this nested to-do list is to be able to write down any good ideas. So like, let's think about containerizing it. Containerize the system. Oh, good to know. Yes. Investigate the 2scoops people Docker container. Thank you. That's a good idea. I have read some of their book. They seem to know what they're talking about. Yeah, regarding the educational streams, I feel like even if I'm just live streaming to even if there's no one in the chat, I'm still getting work done on my project, which is kind of cool. I don't need to have like hundreds of viewers what am I trying to say? I'm not sure, but it's kind of fun to just have a few people in the chat too. You can kind of just hang out a little bit. So, all this to say, I actually saw one of the NeoVim core developers working on a Vim plugin recently on Twitch. That was pretty cool. It's neat to see open source people doing stuff on Twitch. So I've kind of been kind of looking into this idea of sort of doing development on stream as sort of a perhaps viable career direction in a way. I'm not fully sure how to make it sustainable, but we'll see, I guess. I'm meeting a lot of people doing this. I should probably put my Twitter account in the channel description at some point. Add your bio. Yes. As you can see, I'm very new to this particular stream. Oh, no, I do have it in there. That's right. Okay. I don't know what it even looks like at this point. Regardless. There are many interesting things that can be done these days on the internet. Okay, so containerize the system. I like that idea. The idea of not having to maintain my own Linux server does appeal to me in a lot of ways. Okay, but yes, index does not exist. Fine, right. Let's at least get that going. So in the front end, let's copy this into this templates folder. Because the first thing I would like to do is at least get this compiling. Index didn't return HTTP response. Well, that's not good. I also need to set up my Vim plugins because I somehow lost my fuzzy finding file opener. What were we saying? Ah, yes. Oh, right. That would probably help. That would probably help a lot. Unable to connect. Of course you can or can't. Okay, that looks like the page. in question? Oh, right, I was. I'm not entirely sure if this is going to work to have my webcam as a tile in the window manager because it's going to jump all over the place. Maybe I should just embrace the chaos and like be okay with that. Because now I've got another. I could probably pop this back and dock to the bottom. That'll work. You can't have two. Now I kind of want the chat in here as well since I have people saying words. You gotta have chat here. You got the to do over here. You got the dev tools thing here. Basically, just need more monitors or like to make it smaller, I guess. But then you can't see anything. Oh well, we'll get there. I am attempting to practice the art of doing it without too much perfectionism. Right, so what do we got here? We've got the, wait, oh yeah, there's the debug toolbar even. It worked. Okay, now, the thing to do is to commit the code. Oh my goodness. Yeah, right, definitely. Commit the code. What have I done to this repo? Don't break the build and don't like go too far without committing anything. That is my New Year's resolution basically. So let's git add templates, git add the config, which I changed from static or renamed. This is just all over the place. Add the right, this is the rename. Deleted the package.json, just like what's in my front end here. It's going well enough. Oops, what happened? You've added another Git repository. Oh no. Git rm cached front end. Oh no. Oh no. What happened? Can we remove this from the repo for a second? Yeah. My git foo is. That didn't add it, right? No, it didn't. Okay, good. Okay. Unbreak the build. Blank compiling page showing. That'll just be great. Oh wait. Oh wait. I think I may just want to remake this repository because I committed with the wrong. Just a second. Just a second. Oh, hi everyone. This we are having a good time over here with delete that. I might as well just almost there. That's okay. I think I got it now. There we go. Now, if I go like this, it's in my env example file. Yes. Add everything. Close enough. We'll commit. Okay, so now we've got cards or a white page showing up, basic views and model. Now that will complain, yes. So I want to, the remote contains work you don't have locally. Exactly, I'm going to rebuild this because it's at the beginning. I forced pushed. I did force push. Okay. So I just kind of rebuilt the repo there because I haven't done too much in here yet. Yes, good. So that's nice though. We got something here. So then what I now want to do is, what do you mean it has a trailing slash? Oh. Wait, you don't have to put the slash in front anymore? I thought you did. Oh well. That changed as well. Config URLs. You're telling me that you don't want me to put this in the thing. Okay, great. Cool. Fine. Yes. Okay. Okay. All right, so there's that, there's that. Okay, so now we have, well, it's almost completely working. What's wrong now, Django? It appears that we don't have a favicon set up. Well, that can also be done at some point. Where's the favicon come from? That comes from the static folder. Do I have any favicons anywhere? Probably one in here. I don't know what that favicon is. I think it's just the VueJS one. Oh, but wait a minute. I'll need to... That'll put it in the static. No, that is in there. Yeah. Oh, but I'm not inheriting from this. Okay, yeah, so I should probably have... Well, if I'm not doing any templating, I could just use... Hold up. Templates index. Let's have this inherit from the base anyway. Let's get rid of the bootstrap 5 thing. Let's get rid of the bootstrap thing. I was at one point at one point I was using bootstrap, but I have since decided to stick with Tailwind as my preferred method of CSS. TF8 icon viewport. I've got that over there. Yes. So it really just needs to be like this. Stick this there, stick that there, and then I'll just kind of see what the errors are here. Because that should now... Loading module from localhost source main was blocked because of disallowed MIME type. Oh, right, it's not doing that. Ah, maybe I will need to do the Nginx thing here. Because I will need to serve the... Oh, how's that going to work? I'm going to have to serve the VueJS server from the same domain as the Django one, potentially, or use a different port or something. Yeah, honestly, that's not a bad idea. Maybe I'll just do that now. Have any of you played with Caddy before? This was supposedly a simpler server than Nginx. It looked kind of cool. I really don't need a fancy server. Apparently this was like not open source for a while, and now it is. How do I do this? Oh, is that something else that will work? What is this tool? Traffic. Show me this. Makes networking boring. Well, that's nice sounding. I would love some of that. I am a fairly new networking person. Oops. How's this work? Is this like a cloud service or something? Hmm. Like, do I need to be using AWS or something for this to hook into it? Like, is this like a tool you would use with like Netlify or something? Okay, so it could just be or they've just got like a enterprise version. Is it the proxy? Oh, cool. How about the GitHub repo? Ah, written in Go, it seems. Okay. I am intrigued. Okay. Reverse proxy and load balancer that makes deploying microservices easy. Yes, yes, I like those things. I would like to learn more about how to do microservices in a way that is good. The old configurations. So here we go. Imagine that you've deployed. Okay, I'm going to imagine I've deployed a bunch of microservices with the help of an orchestrator like Swarm or Kubernetes or a service registry. Now you want users to access the microservices and you need a reverse proxy. Traditional reverse proxies require that you configure each route that will connect paths and subdomains to each microservice. Yes. In an environment where you add, remove, kill, upgrade, or scale your services many times a day, the task of keeping the route up to date becomes tedious. All right. So does this replace Nginx basically then? Run traffic and let it run their Docker container they already publish and then inject my config file upon startup. Do I want to Docker here? Find the documentation. Oh man, it gives you a little, the quick start. I am not opposed to reading documentation. Right, so you make a compose file and then you define a reverse proxy service that uses the official traffic image. Can you all answer a question for me about using Docker? Am I able to, like, how do you edit the files inside of the container? Like, if I'm using Docker to run my local dev environment, am I like SSHing into the Docker container and then using Vim in a terminal or something? Or like, is it slurping the files up on every refresh? And does that make the feedback loop a lot slower? Like, do I have to sit there and rebuild the image every time I change my source code? Because that mount them. Okay, as like a. Oh man, you guys, thank you so much for your help. What am I going to be needing for this? I'm probably going to add a Redis queue at some point to this system, and I'm probably going to have a database that's Postgres-esque, or I'm using SQLite right now, but that's probably not going to be the end one. So there will be, well, yeah, and then the view thing. There will be at least 4 services in at least the dev part of this. So could see how this would be useful. It is time to dive into the documentation. Yes, yes. Traffic. Okay, so wait a second here. So you're saying simple use case. Traffic is the only accessible container from the outside. Okay. Other services are deployed on demand and available through traffic. Yeah, Heroku is definitely high on the list. I've used them a fair amount at this point, and I am very pleased with their stuff. So wait a minute, would you use Docker on Heroku then, or would you just do a? Because like if I'm the way that we I've done a freelance job that used a heavy duty Heroku setup, and Heroku here we need to like bring this over to the chat has become a part of this. Oh wait, but it just refreshed. Oh well. Oh no, it didn't. Good. They didn't use Docker for their deployment. I don't think they just had the proc file for Heroku and listed all the services. Like they had the web thing and then the worker processes. They used what was it? Redis, Django, Redis Q. Where is it? Where is it? Is that what it was called? Yeah, Python RQ. They use this. And then also instead of like celery or something. And this was just like they. And then like the database and the Redis installation were like Heroku services that they set up. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of thinking that may be a better use of time at this point. Because, yeah, I don't think that what I'm building here is going to be super high scale need. I don't think I'm going to have to, like, it may just be me using it and a few other people. I'd like this to, like, serve my personal website. I'm not sure if I'm going to have it generate my personal website or, like, actually be the personal website. I'm not even sure that I really need some of this stuff, like, or, I did this, I put the chat here, I put this here, and then I had another column for, how many columns can you have? That's not the worst. If I make this a mobile app, then we have chat over here, to do here, which is nice to have more view of it. I need a wider screen, not a taller screen in this case. Make this a little smaller. Dear. This is good. Now what happened to my background? Is it like not showing because there's not anything in the screen? No, something isn't right. My cool background texture is not loading. Now we'll see. Oh, that's because it's not an extending. Thens paste HTML. Is that the right syntax? Yes, it is. Cool. So, what was this that I had in here? Ah, yes, my little hex thing. Working on my design skills as well here, but let's see. This layout actually may work here. If I only have a single column in my editor, this might work. Excuse me. There are a lot of moving parts in a thing like this. What I'd like to do eventually as well is make a little widget that will have, like this, the camera maybe is kind of too big here. It'd be cool if I could have like, yeah, the camera a little smaller, the chat without like all of this around it. Chat could be a lot smaller as well. And then this over here, and then I could have two columns with something like this. I kind of like seeing all of my tasks. I get lost very easily if I don't have something showing me what I'm working on, so. Is the... I do actually like this setup fairly well. Could move this down slightly or something. Like... All right, so the version 1 of this is... We're really going to use that color of green as well. RGB. That's not going to be a good color, probably. Well, it's very green. Maybe we'll do like this. But see, I want it to reload whenever I hit enter. So this, well, yeah, that'll be in the Vue code very soon, I think. We don't need a style tag anywhere, because that will go into the... Yes, now I can move this front end. Move the front end back in here and get rid of the Git repo that's in there, copying some stuff from a different project. And then over here, I can say, show me the index.css file where I will add this in here. Very good. Yeah, that'll work. And that will take it out for a second, but then as soon as I get the Vue app, because one of the things that I would like to do in this app is get it so that I can embed other Vue projects into these pages. Oops, sorry. So like I'm building a tool with a collaborator that I would like to showcase on this site somewhere. And so I want to be able to take arbitrary Vue code and stick it into different places. So in some ways, I'm almost wondering if the scaffold of the site should be in Django templates and then like embed Vue things in it. But I also want this to be very dynamic, and so I'm not sure that will work. Front ends are interesting. Yeah, kind of like an embedded code pin. Yeah, like I want to make it so that the user can kind of zoom around through all of my projects and like actually see them in the so like I might embed something in an iframe. That actually no wait, yeah, that'll be how it'll be done. Never mind. Haha. Yes. Then allow embedding other Vue apps in an iframe. So that won't interfere with this Vue setup. So it'll be like on my projects page, I have a VueJS page. Probably use Vue router. I would like to use Vuex for this. I really like Vuex's system of the Flux architecture. And so like on, if I want to show the project, I'll put like an iframe in the page that links to this other project so that you could potentially use the project inside that iframe. I'll make it so that all of the things that I want to showcase can be embedded. Because like I've got a bunch of projects, like a ton of them. I've got like 10 Ludum Dares that I did back in the day, and like you can't really see any of them now because they don't run. And even if they did, like you couldn't get them to, well, those were websites. Yeah, some of them were like web apps and some of them were local, but a lot of them were web apps that could probably still run if I got them back out. I don't know. I'll see where this project goes. I have a lot of ideas for it. Half file server, half like portfolio site, half I want something that will like take in all of my bookmarks and messages and like tweets and maybe emails or something and like show them all to me in a feed, because I want all of my data in one place is the biggest thing. The biggest goal here, the biggest goal. Biggest goal, all of my data in one place, because then I can do science to them and search through it, filter through it, make interfaces for querying and transforming it and stuff like that. And so all of my stuff in one place is one goal for this. But then also, these biggest goals, largest goals, I don't know what. Project goals, there we go. All my data in one place and facilitate remixing and polishing or facilitate creating new content from all of the things I consume. Because I have noticed that like I've got all these bookmarks, or for a long time I would just like read Hacker News every day and like do nothing with the things that I read. And it seemed kind of like a waste of something there. Like it was still interesting and I still learned a lot of stuff from like reading Hacker News articles, but I feel like I never remembered a lot of what I took in. And like a big part of something someone said recently that I thought was really interesting idea was like, if you're going to like there's a big game going on here, the game of the internet. It's like the coolest MMORPG that exists. There's no user interface except for the one that you make. It's scattered across all of these services and social networks and technologies. You can literally do anything you want to, and there's no point, or there's no like specific goal other than whatever you want it to be. But one very interesting thing to do is to collaborate with other people. And so and someone was saying that like one really good way to do that is to build a prolific body of work of your ideas, your work, your your portfolio, stuff like this. And writing articles is a very good way to do that. And I have tons of text from 10, 20 years of being on the computer sitting in this hard drive here that I'm really trying to save before it is erased in a freak accident or something. Of just like all kinds of stuff that could probably be turned into very interesting articles and projects, whatever. It's just like a way to communicate who you are and what you can do and what you want to do to the other players of this MMO game. because as you do that, you get really interesting results. Like I've already gotten really interesting results from attempting to do this just a little bit. I've joined Twitter in the last little bit here, and I've got how many people following me now? My Twitter portfolio. But I get 137 people have followed me now, following 54, and I've tweeted 2,600 things. And right now, my website is this stream, but for a long time, I didn't have anything there. And people have been saying like, hey, where's your GitHub? Where's your website? And like, well, it's not quite done yet. So, if people are already asking for it, it's like, well, what would I want to have on the site? I would want it to be a reflection of myself, like not just like a not just like a sales page for me. It's just like it's almost like my character profile or something for the game. Here is what I'm about. Let's do quests together, potentially, maybe. And I really like that framing of like a career and of like life in general, and hence the desire to build a website. And Django is my deepest technical skill or proficiency or whatever you'd call it. And so if I make a Django website that is fairly elaborate, it's one thing to say I can do Django work, but it's another thing to actually have a giant open source project that has all of my best, all of my coolest tech demonstrated right in front of me there. Then you don't have to take my word for it. Now I've stood up slightly more. Hello. Spend much of my time searching for things. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's all in different places. Like I've got journal entries in text files. I've got journal entries in like Dynalist. I've started a Rome research graph, and like it's cool, but it's not integrated into the rest of my pile. So in summary, I would like to clone AWS in its entirety and have it local for myself or something like that. I don't need all 100,000 AWS services, just like the main ones. Object store, a server for code or something like this. It'll probably just be hosted on Heroku or whatever as well, but we'll see. We'll see. Or on a Linode or something. I don't know. So all that to say, where to now? Right. So I'm trying to get the Vue app to show up, and maybe we should. I copied in the Angle Trainer app I was making, and this is a neat little app. I want this to be embedded into the project, but I guess I'll start with just like the basics here. What do I want it to do? I want it to say something. I want it to say Haldo world. I guess I will card view. Well, you get the card list view component, which will just have a list of cards sort of like this. Yeah, this project will then be added in here. I found the coolest plugin ever. It automatically imports view components so that you don't have to like say from file import component and then add it to the components dictionary before you can add it to your template. You can just say like card list view and it'll like find it and automatically import the component wherever it's needed. That makes me very happy. Let's get rid of these. Card list view. Got a little flex box going on here. So this is the card. This is recursive garden. That's about all it needs to say at this point. There are no anything else. This is just your basic standard component. Okay, the most basicest of possibly basic things. Most basicest, indeed. So then, where do you put this? Because it shouldn't... Wait a minute, how does it do this usually? Like, it usually puts a little socket connection in here for the live reloading. But I think I can, like, tie these together somehow, like, make this the... just stick all of this in the templates folder. Or, no, wait a minute. Hold on. So I go over here to the front end, and I npm install, because we didn't set that up yet. All right, and then then we've got get started. Okay, so then I can say, what did I do this here? I can say npm run dev to dev my dev. So that's now running at 3000, which should work as is. Show me some hello world. What are you waiting for, my dude? Oh, oh, oh. Well, something worked. Yeah, and then what is this doing? It is just connecting to 3000. Ooh. Okay, one way around this would be to set up Nginx or something like it to just put all of them at the same port. The only reason I need or use cores and yeah, the traffic thing. Can I can use that without Docker? Because I don't think I am currently up for Docker. Let me see. It can't do it without Docker? I guess that would make sense. Because all I need to do is change which, like, I was looking at this thing called Caddy because it is very small. Like you can kind of just do this like this. It's like a command to run. Do I have this running? Yes, I do. Oh, but it's dead. Can I just go caddy reverse proxy? Oh, it does this work just like this? If I say localhost 3000 to localhost something else, you might be prompted for password. Port already in use. Right. Oh, wait. What did I do? Hold up. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Run it in the working. This will require me to run 3 different things at the same time, which is fine, I guess. Hold up. Yeah, you can add a caddy file to your repo, and then you can say caddy start, which is pretty cool. Stable caddy. I don't want to run this as root if I don't have to. I've got so many windows open. I wish I could resize these independently. The tiling window manager kind of wants me to do it like that. Let's see here. So it's a capital caddy file. So first thing is to type in your site's address. Localhost. If the HTTP imports are privileged ports, you need to run with that. So I can also just go localhost 8000. All right, let's see if this works. Turn off the other servers for a second. Caddy start. Permission denied. But why? Do I have to have root to do this? Wait a minute. One moment. I thought I had figured this out. Ah, that's why. Good. Let's try this again. So define the Java home environment variable. What is this, a Java program? I think it worked though. So you're saying now that if I go to localhost 8000, it will say client sent an HTTP request with an HTTPS server. Okay. But what if I don't want an HTTPS server? We'll get this yet here. Okay, what if I did? That would give me what I wanted. I suppose there's no reason not to use HTTPS. Oh, okay. Wait, does that mean it doesn't have to be done with root? It just has to be address already in use. This thing on port 80. Why are you going on port 80 for? I said port 8000. Oh, wait a minute. There's a different HTTP port. This is not how you do it. It's still going on. Ooh, yes. The caddy file is a way for you to specify global things. Oh. Does that do something? No. Maybe. That's its internal. Okay, now I don't have to run it as root. Okay, it was just trying to bind to port 80. That would be nice. So then, how do I think this will be fairly easy. I think. If I just get the syntax here. Using a caddy file, yes. Then you say start. That would be pretty nice. I guess I'm going to have 3 dev servers open at the same time, but that can probably be optimized in the future. Open the browser to localhost. Yes. So then you can find multiple sites by wrapping them in curly braces. Ah. Docker is the answer, but if I deploy to Heroku, I won't be able to use Docker. And I would have to learn Docker. I do kind of feel like you're probably right, though. Okay, it's on the list. It's on. Set up Docker for local development using volumes or whatever you said for editing files. I'll have to remember that. Maybe I should have a day to learn it because I feel like Docker is in my future for sure. This is roughly the way I did this before. It was just with Nginx, and Nginx seemed even more complicated than this. Common patterns. Show me the commonest of patterns. Static file server. Reverse proxy. Yeah, just like this. This is all I needed to do. Proxy all requests. At example.com. If I say localhost 8000. Only proxy request having a path starting with API and serve static files for everything else. Yes, this right here. So then you don't even need. Reverse proxy at /API star to the Django process. So if I start up, Django is by default at 8000. And then if I reverse proxy everything at something else to, oh, how will I do this part? At just slash to at localhost 3000. Everything else is to 3000. And then we'll just go to like 5000. What does that do? Because it's basically just, it's something just like that. I just haven't used this tool before, but I wanted to use it because it seemed easy enough. What happened? I don't have enough screen real estate. Caddy process is already running. Kill the process. Running in the background. What if I don't want you to run in the background? So then we go to 5000 and oh. What does that serve? Nothing. What happened? Oh, because they're not running. Okay, so. Can I make you run in the foreground or something? But if I say run the Django server at 8,000 and I say npm dev this server in there, and then I say caddy run, and then I go over here. Something happened. Yes. Look at that. Look at that, will you? It's serving. And then if I go to localhost 5000 / API / cards did you see that? It's working. Look at that. Oh, it's stuck in a redirect loop, but it's working. Oh no, make it stop. Oh, good times. Let's try that again. / API / cards. Ah, yes, the auto refresh is broken. That's why. Oh, look, it worked. It worked. Okay, so that is as easy as I thought it was going to be. Okay, someday I will look at Docker, but literally all I had to do was this. I think, but because it's evaluating them in order. Anything with API goes to Django. Anything that's going other than that, it goes here. So I just have to figure out why is. So like, yeah, this is just Django. Why is this having a problem? What is this file? This is your interesting. Is this like a part of the path? How does this thing work? If I load this, yeah, there's the code. That's cool. So did you decide not to redirect loop though? Oh, maybe you did. What happened? No, there it goes. Or no. What's this? CSRF token will be treated as cross-site cookie against this because the... You know what I could do? Wonder if I can like actually run this at port 3000? Or will that like get in the way? Yeah, that's not gonna work. Because I now need to tell Vue to proxy back to port 5000 instead of port 3000 because it's looking for port 3000. That should be easy as well. I remember when they hadn't figured out that was an important thing to do yet with these things. Proxy host port something or other. Yeah, it's just host or mode defined plugin public dir, is that it? Server host, server port. Which port the server should listen on? Wait, which IP to do? Oh, server HTTPS. Ah, here we go. Server proxy. This is what I want. So basically, this is saying configure custom proxy rules for the dev server. Expects key object pairs. If the key starts with that, it's a regex, a configure option. So this is like. Is that what I want? I have to tell it that like it should still serve at port 3000 because that's what my caddy server is looking for. But when it tries to check back in with the server for hot reloading, it needs to pretend like it's being served at 5000 because the JavaScript in the browser can't access the actual Vue dev server because it's behind the proxy. This is the last thing I think to get figured out. What's the option? I know it's something in here. One option, well, actually, one thing is I could say vite docker because I know sometimes you have to change the port or something. Or it's probably vite docker proxy would probably be, yeah, support it behind the proxy. Or that's what it is, different front end port. Somebody got an issue, of course. Yeah, like this. And then in client.js, I can see the WebSocket connection established as socket protocol hostname port. I would like to be able to change the port for the front end. Exactly. Tell me, yeah, it's closed. They probably made it, as I suspected, a Docker container is the usual use case for this, but it's a similar idea. Aha, merged. I'm so close. This is literally the only thing in the way right now. I'm pretty sure. Add config for WebSocket connection. This is it. This is it. Literally the only thing in the way. What is it? What's the thing? Is it just the socket port? That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. I knew it. Oh, is it not actually? Did they change the name or something? What is this? I have Nginx as reverse proxy to use. I mean, I would need this if I use Docker too. I think potentially. Let's see. This right here. This right here. This is what all this right here. This person sees all. Yeah. That right there. That right there. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Here's the configuration. What did they change? It's called HMR. Yeah. Configure the HMR connection. HMR overlay. Client port. Overrides the port only on the client side. Look. There it is. I feel I agree that doing this is a good idea. I want to learn Docker. I just want it to do something first. How does this work? Where do I put this at? Where do I put this at? In the config. Define config. Right here. Right here. Right here. You can say HMR. And you can say host, which is fine. Port. Client. Port is 3000. And client port is 5000. I think that's it. I think that's it right there. Right there. Come on. What happened? you loading or something over here? No. Why not? Okay, so what is it doing though? The network. What's it trying to do? It's still trying to do 3000. Oh, do I have them backwards? I may have them backwards or something. Or wait. Wait. Hold up. Let's read the documentation actually. Where did it go? We've got so many tabs. This happens to me all the time. So many tabs open right now. Here we go. Disable or configure the HTML. This all goes into the define config server block, which is the other problem. The joys of declarative configuration. This may actually be the answer. Then there. Server dot cores for HMR. So set HMR overlay. The client port overrides the port only on the client side. So the client port is 5000. There you go. Is that it? Is that it? Is that it? Is that it? Is that right there? That's it right there. And then that won't need to change. Come on, come on, come on. Oh. CSRF token is, oh, right. That's still in from the old. Now. Can I go into my front end, into my components, and change the text? Whatever. Oh! Look, it works. Look, it works. So that's cool. Yeah, that does work. So that doesn't serve. Oh, but that doesn't get the Django-y stuff, but maybe that's fine. So we've got this is there, and then if I say API cards, that goes to the Django request, and that's just cool and good. Okay, Willard, sometime we will have to have a Docker party on this channel. Because I still have to start 3 dev servers at the same time. So yes, admittedly not the idealist of ideal setups, but I wanted it to work somehow first. That's cool. Okay, let's commit the code. Doing something here. What's that going to do? That'll add all the front end stuff. Working integration of Django and Vue via Caddy. Nice. Push. Get. Oops. Excuse me. Get. In. Sweet. So there we go. How exciting. What should I do now? Hello everyone. Thanks for hanging out tonight. I see a few people in the chat here. Appreciate you stopping by. I have not done a ton of streaming yet on this channel, but hope to do a lot more. And yeah, the project is now compiling on all fronts. So I should be able to do some more stuff with this. Let's see. Because now the thing to do is to load things over the API using Vue. We can add VueX to do add some structure. We can add some view router to add pages. Let's see here. I think I'm going to take a quick stretch break. I should probably add this into the code. I could say front end source components. And I can say text 9XL. I can say taken a stretch break. Be back at 10 minutes after the hour. 5 minutes of break. All right, I shall return. Pull up break. I have a nice pull-up bar in the room. Let's see. Okay. I have returned. Oh man, I'm so excited. Something on the screen is going to change a lot more readily now. I have a tendency to get into a situation where nothing compiles, and it like increasingly takes a ton of time to get it back to the state where something compiles. So there's nothing that's shown on the screen much. Would like to keep it so that we could just keep it live loading here. Oh, it's so fast. I feel like I want to like live tweet anytime something cool happens. Maybe I'll do that. I suppose that's reasonable. So let's see. What did I say? Yeah, this was today's tweet. And show us picture. This is the gotta do so. Oh, that's a bad screenshot of me. That is a little strange. This is called selfie face. Good enough. Living that social lifestyle here. Yay, the code. No, that picture is just bad. I can't do that. I can't do that. It has to be sillier or weirder. It looks too forced. If I go like yay, the code, the project now runs. I have Django talking to VueJS via well, I guess they're not really talking. I have a Django server and a Vue server running both on the same port via a caddy reverse proxy. Shoutouts to Willard and I guess I'll put Stig ZZ since you were the first one in here, and Willard, my first two 1Z, please. Very good. My first two chat friends who helped me get this working. Appreciate the help, you guys. Sweet. All right. Yeah, those short usernames can be hard to find. David Factorial was not taken. I was very happy about that. Like I really like it when all of the social media handles and the domain names and stuff all are like the same. If it's like an underscore in the Twitter handle, it's just like, oh, I can't. It pains me, you know. Probably doesn't really matter, but because then you can just say it's me everywhere. Yeah, XY username on all of the services. But alas. So, recursive garden. There it is. I did, in fact, swoop up the TikTok handle. I have no idea if I ever want to use that service, but I have it just in case. I guess YouTube doesn't really have handles, or the channels are just like random strings of characters, it seems like, but oh well. Excuse me. Or like it kind of like, do you have the? I don't understand YouTube's account stuff. I tried streaming on YouTube and it was like not as fun as Twitch for some reason. Yeah. I've seen that. I've seen that. That makes sense. It could also just be I used Twitch first and then that set all of my expectations for what a server or a hosting platform should be like. Which, oh man, that reminds me of a story in college. Everyone in my group took the web dev class and learned PHP and JavaScript raw without any framework. And then the class afterwards learned Ruby on Rails in the web dev class. And then the year after that, learned Django in the web dev class. And everyone thought, well, except for the PHP people, everyone thought that the framework that they learned first was the best one, and that the other one was obviously inferior because it was different. I happen to feel that Django and Rails are roughly equivalent to each other, with differences, of course, but like I'm not exactly sure I would say that one is vastly superior, but like everyone was like, ah, my web framework is better than your web framework. So yes, except for us, we knew that our raw PHP was probably not quite as ideal, but you know. Oh man, I haven't written raw PHP in a long time. It was straightforward, I will give it that. Hard to maintain, but like it was all in the same file. I kind of liked that. The view files sort of give me the same feel of like I don't have to go open 400 files just to edit one route. But I will say that at one point in my freelance career a few years ago, I was called in to like someone wanted me to do a job for their to like overhaul their internal factory management system, and I got to look at the code, and it was the most PHP, the most raw PHP file project I'd ever seen. It was enormous. There was so many raw MySQL queries in the .php interspersed with HTML files I'd ever seen. It was truly fantastic. No separation of dev and prod, no separation of like no encapsulation of any sort. I needless to say, I didn't take the job because I didn't want to go insane, but I I felt like excited to have been a part of something like that at least. So uh that's how it goes sometimes. So if there's like that, yeah. So my text is too big. There we go. I'm so excited. Something like I have a blank canvas now. That green is very green though. I'm not sure that's the right green. Well, I could make it the same color as my window UI. I was trying to like color the windows the same as like the grass and the sky. I'm not quite sure I like this sort of pale green, but I feel like it looks a little better contrasted with the darker green. That's actually something I want to do sooner than later. Make the window manager light green, slightly more saturated and less pale. I could probably do that right now, actually. Let me, yeah, here. This is why I love this window manager. I can go to .config awesome rc theme.lua, and I can say, where is my grass green? Right here. And then I go to this picture I took recently of the grass. Where is it? Oh, it didn't sync. Oh, sadness. Oh well, that might be it. That might work. Oh, and my phone is dead too. Where did it go? Grumble, 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 etc. Honestly, I like this green more than that one, but all right. Well, I have a picture of a tree, so then I use the color picker, and I go pick me a color that is more green. Where would be How about that green? This is known as dirty green. Then we go over here to our thingy here. Save, and now reload the whole thing. What happened? I lost a lot of my setup, it seems. Oops, no. Don't exit OBS. Don't do that. Unfortunately, when you refresh the... Wait, did I lose my... Oh, I'm on the wrong... There we go. Oh, and then I lost my columns. Come on. How hard is it to keep those? I don't think that really helped a lot. Maybe I'll do this some more after this is over. Yeah, I don't think I like that. I think I like that even less than the previous one. Good enough. All right. All that to say, it's very easy, relatively, to change the themes of the window manager itself in the awesome window manager, which I think is pretty cool. So now, what do I want to do? What's on my list here? So we've got project goals. We have the data model set up for now. We've got this route is working. Working well enough, I guess. Django will be okay to use cores here, I think. Or, I mean, to not need cores because it's all running from the same domain name. I think. Yeah, I think so. We'll see, I guess. So now let's work on the list view, I guess, which is this page. I would like to... is Axios installed in my package dot whatever? Needs the same port as the server? Or just the whatever the browser is. The API and the... Okay, I'll have to... Yeah, I'll get to that in a second then. Package JSON. Do I have Axios installed? No, I don't. Let's go into the front end. Excuse me. CD, the front end npm install. Do you not have to? You don't have to do -- save anymore for npm install. I read somewhere, but I'm not sure if I believe them or not. I don't guess it probably matters. Man, I've been speaking a lot today. So now I can import Axios from, just stick it right in here. Unmounted, mounted. Oh, it reloads automatically, although it's kind of slow for some reason. Mounted, good. Oh wait, what happened? How does this work? Axios.get API cards / and I assume that will then not work due to course. Or is it? Ah, yes. Internal server error. Oh, cool. Does it? Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. We have a problem in our JSON. Response not specified. Cards, views. I need more space. How do I get more space? Where's the JSON response at? Think. How do I? Is there a good way in Vim to automatically import stuff? Like, it should be able to know that it's from Django to HTTP, import JSON response. I always have to like Google search for like the thing I'm wanting to import and kind of try to find it or something. Is there a plugin that'll auto import things based on everything that it can? Like, is there a tree sitter plugin or something now? Because I feel like it probably should exist. It probably exists in like VS Code or something, and it probably exists in this too. Very pedestrian Vim music. I haven't improved my Vimming in a long time, very in depth, and that's a project of mine currently. Is I would like to, because like NeoVim, which I've got here, version 0.5 was pretty slick. It added a lot of stuff. Like it can understand the abstract syntax tree of your code now, which is neat. So you get more than just like textual, like regex based stuff. It can like understand the code a little bit more theoretically. But you can, maybe I could write a Lua plugin that would just do that. Like you have a running dev server, or I mean like running IPython, that it could like, yeah, because like it should be able to, what I want it to do. Let me just write this, because this might be something to make at some point. I'd like to learn how to build Vim plugins. NeoVim plugin ideas. I would like to, given symbol under cursor, look through the full, what is that called? The namespace or the path or something? Path for the list of possible import statements, and then allow selecting one in the omni completion. Yeah. Because like what I want to say is I hover over JSON response and I want to say like GI, and it jumps me to the top of the page, and it shows like this if there's just one. But if there's more than one, say there's like Django.http and then like Django.shortcuts.other, it would like show both of these in a box like this kind of, and I could pick one. That would be sweet and would save me meaningful amounts of time. Because like in the past, I've mostly just like memorized the most basic ones, or like copied the imports from other things, other files. I tried to use Vim and VS Code, and I feel like I am just too far into the Vim experience. It was too different. But it does seem like that's a solid dev setup right there, because in many ways, at least for a long time, Vim's real power seemed to be in its text editing, and the IDE stuff was kind of, excuse me, far behind everything else, at least not without heavy effort. Though I'm very excited about Vim now because it seems to be catching up, and it's a cool time to be programming, I must say. There's a lot of cool tech going around here. Oh, I forgot to... Okay, so wait, that worked. I forgot. This is JavaScript, not whatever other language, Python. There's a cookie. Can you just delete the cookie, please? I'm sorry that you have this... how did... What is this? Storage? Cookies. Yes, can you just delete this cookie? There. Now, because it has the Django cookie from when it was still serving Django directly. Paused in the debugger. Can I clear you? Now what? There we go. Okay, so it would be nice if I could see this error. So this is an unhandled error. Is there like a way to catch any uncaught errors in Vue? Catch uncaught errors. That's such a small... Oh dear. I mean, like, I can do a try catch here, but like, can I do that to catch any unhandled exceptions in JavaScript or something like this globally? Window.onError. Yeah. Actually, this is what I want just for dev. I want to like in my let's see if this works. This may work. In my front end, in my main.js file, I'll put this window listener, which on error, I guess a document dot inner HTML, or oh wait a minute, let me just debugger this, because like the error is returning a Django error page, and so I'd like to replace the entire document with the Django error page, or perhaps later like put it in a modal or something. That could be neat. What's going on here? Don't think that did anything. Where did it do something? No. I need more screen space. Because like if I look into this error, there's the error. Though I thought I actually fixed this error. This may not be necessary. So now I'll go back to cards views. JSON response is right there. It's right there. Did the server not restart? Cards views, line 29. Am I going crazy? Oh. Oh. Is it lowercase or uppercase? Ah, it is lowercase. That would also make a difference. So now, how about we try that again? Now what's the error? Ah, now we need to migrate the database. Okay, so I've got all of these dev servers. That's good there. Let's get rid of migrations. Got a little alias mm for make migrations. Make the database. Wait. Oh, remove the old database and migrate. There we go. That would probably help as well. Now what's wrong? In order to allow non-dict objects to be serialized, set the safe parameter to false. What non-dict object was serialized? Yeah, what non-dict object was serialized? Oh, it's a list, I guess. Can you not do that? I guess I could just do this. I could set. Doesn't want me to return a list instead of an object in the JSON response. That's fine, I guess. We'll see if that works. Now, there's just nothing going. Okay, wait. 404, okay. Or no, wait, that's not the right one. Wait, it worked. Oh. Front and source component. This is gotta. Okay. Wait a minute. Did it get here then? I need more space. Or no, here it is. Uncut promise error. What's going on now? Line 15 has an error in it. Very good. What happened with you? Maybe there's more in the network tab. What broke? Oh, it's a 404. Is it a 404? Or no, wait a minute. Is this going? Am I stuck in a breakpoint or not? Not sure. So you're saying this is not fat. No, there it is. There it is. Localhost 5000. So this should theoretically. How does Axios work? No, not that. Axios HTTP. My, what a nice looking website. What's your documentation? Yeah, get. Oh, wait a minute. I'm just getting the promise then, aren't I? Yeah. Fine. Dot then. Yeah. I know how to use promises, kind of. Yeah, of course it didn't work. Ha ha ha. I feel like I understand promises like 95%, but like there's 5% that I somehow don't seem to quite get, and it seems to trip me up sometimes. Come on, then. There we go. Where are we? Where are we? Where's the... Where's my... Where am I at in the code? Anyone know where my code went? Did I close something? Uh-oh, this isn't the proxying problem, is it? Ah, here we go. API cards actually returned with the right values. So that's good. No, yeah, it did work. Why can't I step in the debugger? Guys, where did my code go? Did I close something? Did I close something? Did I close something? Oh, that's kind of exciting. Where is it? It's in the debugger tab. Why is this an empty white block? That seems not quite what we're going for here. It does seem to be getting here. The request is still aborting, though. Or what's aborting here? Well, it did work, though. We've got the data, I got the cards, so I guess we'll just keep going here. And we'll move it to a nicer setup at some point. So data, we'll say cards is an empty list for now, and then res.data is the card list, and so then we'll say like div v4 equals card and cards, and I guess for now we'll just say the key is the index, and then we'll like load the card dot name into an h2 tag. But there is no... Oh, wait. We have a problem. Oh, I need to set up a linter. Darn it. That's like... Okay, here. NeoVim plugin ideas, yes. But NeoVim configuration is also important here. I need to set up a JavaScript slash VueJS linter so that I can see where my syntax errors are, because for some reason I don't have one right now. Unexpected expression. Oh, right, because this isn't I keep messing that up. All right, that works, actually. So then let's do something where like I have a form that lets me save a card. Or, well, actually, I could just do this in the... will that work still? Yes. I can make a card, create a card that is name equals test card, please ignore. That should be enough. And then if I go over here, I should see test card, please ignore. No, but we're getting somewhere now. Card is not defined. What do you mean card is not defined? Where is card not defined? Models line 4. Oh. Models line 41. Oh, instead of cards, speed self. How about that? No. Oh, we've got a 500 again. Object of type file field is not JSON serializable. Really? What do? Use the URL then, I guess? Probably. I'm not fully sure what to do there, but it's probably fine. The attachment has no file associated. Right, so I need to say self.attachment and self.attachment.url or empty string. Come on. Oh, we're getting there. Possibly. Should see the card's name. Let's see if I see it in the network tab. Let's see if I have more space. Oh, there it is. There it is. Name. Test card, please ignore. So then the question is, why didn't it add itself to the thing here? This dot cards is an array. Is this one of those view things where, like, if I replace the array, it doesn't catch that? I thought that was changed in view 3. For card and cards. Is it just that the... Did I not have the right name or something? H2. Yes, that is the problem. Card.name is empty for some reason. What was it called? Name? Oh, right, cards. Because it was a list and it didn't want it to be one. There it is. There it is. Oh, there it is right there. Cool. I am pulling data from the API. How exciting. So now. Now, let us... What should we do now? I could, like, draw the time of it or something. Where's this border coming from? I don't want the border. Or do I? Okay, so now we can start designing this. So what I want, first of all, is on a given page, there's sort of like the primary card, and then there are the chilled cards, the child cards of that particular card. And those cards may also have child cards, but only show the direct descendants of the current active card and sort of show that parent card at the top. That's the detail view. This is the search view, which is get all of the cards in the whole system. So in that case, card search, And then there is no border here. Yeah, no padding. Go to the very edge. You have the card search page, and then underneath that, it just shows all the cards that it finds, which for now is just every card in the system. And so for that, this will probably be extracted out into like a card component sometime soon. I've got a little too much on the screen right now. Currently, we're working on, this isn't really something, views for cards. I guess we're working on this one. Load the root app. Show all cards in the system in a list from start to finish. Then filter by query string parameters. Yes, so I probably will have a card component here somehow, sometime, somewhere, but for now I'll just inline it. You've got the card name. I think this should have a border 2, I guess. Oh, and I can use the same colors from my window manager here. Because I want this system to kind of integrate into my workflows. So it'd be kind of cool if it like looked similar to the rest of the OS. So that doesn't look very good. Purple might look a little better. And then maybe how do you do border width? Border 4. Why is your border not setting itself to be a higher border width? Why isn't it? Well, we got some padding. Let's do a little less padding there. Guys, why is my border not right? Uploaded, updated. The world may never know. Why are you not set the way I want you to be? Ah, it's being overwritten somehow. Oh, do you not need this border? Oh, I see. Well, that would make a difference. And 3 isn't the real one. Okay. Now is the fun part where we get to, or a fun part where we get to do a little hot reloading of CSS styles. Let's see here. Let's see, BG purple It's definitely not necessarily the final styles, but I don't know, I've kind of been liking this like solid color motif. And actually, I kind of don't like this texture either in some ways. How could I put something on the body tag? Oh, right. You can go like apply BG green 900. Does that work? Or wait, these should be in the oh yeah, it did work. Cool. If these were in the app component, would they hot reload? If you had a style block and I stuck this in there, would it still work for one? And if it did still work, would it... Ah, so now can I go... Oh, cool. It's so cool. I love hot reloading so much. Okay, so all of these can go in here then. Wait, does that mean that like these can also go in here? No. Maybe not. Probably not. Although, why not though? Yeah, they can go in there. Okay, okay. And now they're hot reloaded, so that may be better then. In the index.js or the main.js, I don't need to import the CSS file anymore. Yeah, and then I can go over here, delete this. Fewer files, very good. Let's do a nice commit. Very nice, very nice. So this is we've got hot reloading with fetching cards in card list and styling with Tailwind. Git push GitHub main. That is 3 commits tonight. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's keep going. I really want... Where's my Vim? Set telescope.vim. Because I am tired of typing paths in. This is nice. This is real nice. This is coming along. I don't like that background very much. Oops. Hello. Hello. What do you mean it failed to reload? Sometimes hot reloading works. There we go. Guys. There it is. Okay. Guys. That just did something. That's not blue though. That's blue. Excuse me, where is my immediate hot reloading? We just got rainbow colors all over the place here. All right, well, you take your time. Now it's like Easter. What about like 700? Ah, is my colors aren't going fast. It's the most garish colors ever, but whatever. Whatever. Is that because it's like in the roots or something? Oh, maybe. Don't know why that is. Oh, is it having to like reload all of Tailwind or something whenever I do that? That could be. And that would be a reason to keep this as is. And to add these back. Yeah, I bet that is what's happening. These directives should go into here. Now reload. And now if I go like that, yeah, now it's fast. Cool, that's good. Tailwind has a lot of CSS classes if you're not doing the pruning of unused styles or something. I thought I was using like the just-in-time compiler though, but maybe not. Not sure. Oh well, doesn't really matter in this case. I think I may. Yeah, let's put this back in. Move Tailwind base CSS back into style.css for speed. All right, all right, all right. Now, if I add another card, it should pick it up. But now that we've got these cards, now I also want to be able to add a new card, which is, I guess, part of this too in a way. Like, say we have a form, input type equals text, new card, name. For now, we just put the name in. New card.name. It's part of the V model. Input type equals submit. That should add a form, which it does. Oh, I want to use the Tailwind form plugin as well. And I might as well get the pros one, perhaps. Or at least, we'll wait to get that if we really need it. In the tailwind.conf. Oh, it's already in here. Oh, it's already, okay, good. It's already in here. Oh, but it's not installed, is it? All right, see you, Willard. Willard. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. I'll see you around. Have a good, well, I guess tomorrow's Sunday, but have a good professional VueJS Docker experience the next time you write code. What's in my package.json file? Oh, it is already in here. Okay, never mind then. I don't even have to do with this. Don't have to do with this. Do with what is happening? Components card list. I thought this form looked strange slightly. No, it doesn't. Okay, so the button. Yeah, I'll make this a button. Type equals submit. Is there a reason to use one or the other? Well, yeah, in this case. I think it actually said that it was supposed to be that way in the docs for this Tailwind form reset thing. So we'll go the button, which is like border to padding 2. And in the input box, okay. G 200. The button could be BG purple like 700 and then have text white. That's looking very flat design there. So now though, I can type stuff in here. That may be a little too much there. Okay. And then, what time is it? 9 o'clock? Is that? I can't read my 24-hour clock time. Someday I will fix that. All right. Yeah, so now if I've got a little form, now I need some methods. Need some methods. Submit, on submit, or whatever you'd say. So then we got the form, submit.prevent equals on submit. And then we could say axios.post to API cards. Seem to have, let's see. Yeah, like that. So now this should ideally eventually create. Oh wait, I thought I didn't do anything. New card is not defined. Oh right, because it's this dot new card. So that should theoretically have done something, but we get a 403 cookie not set right. How do you do that? Django CSRF token cookie not set, because we're not loading that. There's something in here that's like Django jQuery CSRF token Ajax or something that's like put this into the headers. Yeah, right here. Whoa. Oh, is these docs not even in there anymore? Yeah, CSRF token, please. Oh wait, this isn't gonna work because I'm not serving anything from Django right now. And that's the thing I'm kind of like not quite sure what to do about. But I think, especially with the way this is working, it's not a problem to just serve it with Django. I think I would just need to specify the front end folder as or no, wait a minute. The index page isn't even a part of the index page is very simple. It's just this. I think I can just have it be what would you do there? Yeah, I can just kind of like load this particular file. I just need Django to serve the root page. I could get it to be where the view stuff is served through a different place. That may be the thing to do next. Although I will say I seem to be slowing down a little bit, so we've been going for 3.5 hours here. That's excellent. I am very excited about that. I feel like I've done this before, the stream thing, and it was very helpful to stream to kind of maintain momentum in writing code. So I appreciate you all coming out tonight to hang out. I think I will probably do this again pretty soon, maybe even tomorrow, because I'd like to start streaming regularly, possibly on this project and also potentially other projects. Ludum Dare is coming up in a week. I would like to stream that as well. So that'll be interesting. We'll see. Maybe this could be involved somehow. I'm not quite sure. Like maybe this is like a backend or something for a browser-based game that would use Canvas or something. But we will see. So, but yeah, I think I'm going to call it there for the night. So have a good evening, everybody, or wherever it is in your time zone. And I'll see you later. Bye.